With the new Cyberpunk Edgerunners collab, I've been seeing a lot of people getting into Wuthering waves, and I want to show you how to optimize your game and the settings that I personally use and why I use them. These are my settings after switching back to 1080p. As you can see, I'm getting around 120 FPS. The resolution is going to hurt your FPS or help your FPS depending on what it was on, but I was just playing at 1440p. These settings will help you no matter what resolution you're using. VSync, if you're using FrameGen, then I'd recommend turning this off because it hurts or it causes stutters. Special effects quality is like particles after hitting, and I just turned this down to low. Shadow quality, I'd keep it medium. LOD bias, this is honestly totally based on your VRAM. So I'd say if you have a GPU that has a lot of VRAM, then just turn this all the way up because it won't actually affect your performance. It's just textures. Capsule AO doesn't affect your FPS by that much from high to low, but just to be safe, I'll turn it down to low because I like to look at the shadows around walls. Volumetric fog only affects the thin fog around your area, and it can hurt your FPS by like 5 or 6, so I just recommend turning this off entirely. And it still keeps the thick fog, so it keeps the game's look and feel inside the more foggy and mysterious areas. I'd keep volumetric lighting because I like the way that light shafts look. Motion blur is personal preference, it doesn't affect performance. Anti-aliasing, I think that you should turn this off because the DLSS has its own version of anti-aliasing. Bloom only affects your FPS by 1 to 2, so I'd say it's worth keeping on. Crowd density can hurt your FPS a lot inside places like Lahairoi. So if you're struggling in those areas, turn it down to low, which has around 10 NPCs, while medium has 15 and high has 20. But this won't affect the pop-in, they'll still be pretty bad pop-in for the NPCs. Auto FPS is a setting that will dial down your graphic settings if like this setup load reaches too high and you start stuttering, but it can make your game look way worse at times, so I just recommend keeping this off. These don't affect your FPS much. And foliage density, as you can see, I'm inside a grassy area, but even when it's at low, I still see a lot of grass. But if you're struggling inside more wild areas, I'd just say to keep it to low, but honestly, high works for me. Now for the most important part of making your game look good, global filter. Go to image display mode and change it to global filter and click adjust. And personally, I use 2 different types of filters. You can see the 2 filters in the background. This one I feel is better for like Renacida and their earlier game, and this one's better for Lahairoi and the cooler areas. For advanced, I use 78 sharpness, 9 brightness, 24 contrast, 14 saturation, 0 grayscale, 17 shadows, 19 bloom, and 0 vignette or film grain, with the 20 filter intensity. For advanced cool, I use a 4:3 color palette, 72 sharpness, negative and 21 brightness, 11 contrast, 14 saturation, -6 grayscale, -13 shadows, 58 bloom, 14 vignette, and 10 film grain. Vignette and film grain are preference along with the rest of them, but vignette is just a little black ring around your screen, and film grain just makes the game look a little bit more cinematic by adding graininess. It might not be your cup of tea as well. And at a filter intensity of 65. Here's a comparison between wild filter, which is the main one that I use, and no filter.
My PC!